Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. Today we're going to be looking at some Fatal Fury City of the Wolves match footage. Papa SNK was very nice to provide me some match footage from the build of the game that was shown off at EVO Japan. And we're just going to be going over some of the matches in the videos provided, just showing off either game mechanics or cool moments or just basically anything, right? There's a little bit of a lull, I guess, in Fatal Fury footage at the moment. You know, we had EVO Japan, but now we gotta wait for the next big event before we get the next trailer reveal and all that kind of stuff. So I figure in the meantime, let's take a gander at some of these matches and what's contained within them. So that said, let's start with a matchup here of Tizoc versus Rock. So for those unaware, Rock, one of the two faces of the game, along with Terry, and basically kind of the all-rounder SNK moveset, and Tizoc, very much your big boy grappler archetype. And hey, if you know the channel, it's no mystery which of these two characters I personally favor. So starting into the match, both characters are in their SPG state. This is where you're at your best and you get to choose where in your health bar it's placed. And out of the gate, we're going to see a bunch of just defense action here. Just hit back right before the attack connects. So don't hold back, you have to tap back. And it's better than a regular block. If you're hurt, you regain health when you do it. You also lower your rev gauge meter. And you can do a guard cancel attack right out of it. So it's strictly better than regular block, but it is timing based. Now, after Tizoc blasts Rock with the elbow, you might notice here the grab whiff. So like King of Fighters, when you get up off the ground, there's a fair amount of throw protection. Throws in SNK games are a bit stronger overall than you would find in other fighting games, but this is one of the things that helps, normalize them a little bit. Now, after this, a little bit of back and forth neutral, quick block string. Both players are contesting the screen. It's just, various buttons. Tizoc specifically seems to have much bigger normals than most of the cast, which is fitting for the archetype. And then this big combo. Many characters have pre-canned target combos, and this looks like this is Tizoc specifically. To note, after this, you will notice that Tizoc goes for a dash. He cannot run. Certain characters in this game can dash, certain characters can run, different character to character. Like say Tizoc and Preecha both dash, Rock and Terry both run. So mobility per character is part of the game balance. So after this, more flitting around in neutral, both players trying to get, solid hit on each other. Rock corners Tizoc, and then we get this fun little sequence right here. So Rock attempts to go for the overhead, which gets just defended, and then Tizoc immediately goes for his big command grab style move, which is a true 360. So just like say a Zangief spinning pile driver. Since Tizoc just defended, you can guard cancel the just defense into most things. You can't do it in the normals, but you can do it into specials and supers. And for SNK games, command grabs are basically the fastest of any fighting game. A lot of King of Fighters grabs, for example, are 1 frame. Like even in modern Street Fighter, most command grabs are 5 frames. Usually SNK games are 1 frame. So that means don't do anything obvious with a tell against a Tizoc player because you can turn any just defense into a command grab if they're on the ball. This example is actually from a different match, but you can also just defend in the air. And here you can see he turns the air just defense, cancels it into his air pile driver. So against the big boy, the defense is going to be extra strong. You do have to watch out for that. Now back to the match. Rock feeling the hurt after the pile driver, and this is just where he gets bopped. So Tizoc lands the universal grappler splash, confirms into a hit, goes into EX lariat, and then you can see here rev cancels into the leaping elbow. So that's where he turns blue. Rev canceling lets you do specials into specials, although it greatly increases your rev gauge bar, and you do not want to fill it up, because just like Burnout in Street Fighter 6, if you fill it up, you're probably going to lose the match. So that's round 1 here, and also a nice low end pose there. And going into the second round. So again, from Tizoc's perspective, this is where SPG really comes into play. At the beginning of the life, Rock's going to chuck him, keep an attack going, and then he's going to do this. So Rock goes for Reppuken, and then he just defends it. And once again, as mentioned before, from just defense, you can cancel into several different moves. Here, he's canceling into his Rev Blow. This is only available to you once you're in the SPG portion of your health. If you're knocked out of it or not in it yet, you don't get to do this move. And for pretty much everyone, it's an armored move. Basically, you can use it like a reversal. So he could have done the grab like before, but just to show this is a universal mechanic, everyone can do this, but you can only do it if you're in the right part of your health. And then next up, a fun little Tizoc trait here. So this is just a regular grab, nothing special, but Tizoc being a grappler, his regular grab's allowed to be better, so he gets a follow-up. So next up here, more flitting around neutral. Tizoc is going to go jumping over a projectile, land a big splash, but then drops the combo, unfortunately. This one's not going to drop though, so he goes for a quick hit confirm into EX wall bounce throw, and then he goes into his hidden gear. This is effectively your ultra, your super secret move, your big boy move. You have to be in the SPG state and you have to burn both of your bars to do it. And as you can see, it's a very elaborate move, to say the least. These super cinematic moves are the biggest moves you can put out. For Tizoc, this only works against airborne opponents specifically. It's an air grab. And another thing that's really good about these is they completely clear up your rev gauge. Notice how Tizoc's rev gauge is about half full, and once the move finally quote-unquote connects, it goes to 0. So on top of the big damage, they're also really good for resetting your rev gauge and therefore giving you more offensive potential. Even if you're in overheat or quote-unquote burned out state, it'll still go back to 0. Besides that, I just think the KO is in the wrong space. Like, it's cool here, but then he still keeps attacking after the fact. The KO should be there. But that's how the match goes. Very much a Tizoc showcase, and the other two matches we got are very much a showcase of the character as well here. So, big boy Tizoc, he's going to do the Grappler family very proud in City of the Wolves. Our next match, we got the new character, Preecha, sure to be a fan favorite. Combination of kickboxer and math nerd. Joe Higashi's student in all the ways it matters, including hell of tornadoes and whirlwinds. And Rock, well, Rock's going to get dummied again in this video. So opening up SPG for Preecha at the start, but Rock chooses to save it for the end of his life bar. And out of the gate too, we have an example combo from Preecha. So quick hit confirm combo here, crouching low kick into stand light. And then we see a break. This is the same special move you're seeing right now, but broken early. Every character has multiple special moves you can break, and then either it makes it safe on block or it turns it into a launcher without needing to spend meter. And this is what you're seeing right here. So the first hit is a break, then the move done again to finish the combo. Then we see some of those whirlwinds, although this is a fake out version here, not going for the full proper projectile. After which here, kind of flitting around neutral, she has a nice little target combo that's just double kick button, I like that. And then we see a big mistake. So we go for an enhanced move, EX move, and it is rev canceled into another EX, but that one gets blocked. So maybe done too slow or maybe the wrong move to follow up, but these are not just a guaranteed combo in and of itself. You do have to spend that meter wisely. But don't worry, it's okay because Rock botches the punish, and he's going to get beat up real bad for it. So Preecha's going to punish with crouch heavy punch, and you can see the big punish there, right? And then into this EX combination of moves. And you might notice here her rev gauge is very high up. So she's going to rev cancel into another EX, and that puts her in the overheat state. And this second EX gives a juggle property. She goes into a level 1 super. So she gets a lot of damage in, although now she's nominally somewhat disadvantageous. In overheat, you can't do anything cool, basically. All your cool tricks are gone. And then you can also be guard broken. That's the blue gauge under your health. If that goes down, the opponent gets a free combo on you. Now Rock, he set his SPG to low health, so here's where he gets to go crazy. Throwing out his armored rev blow attacks like they're going out of style, because in SPG, that's exactly what you're allowed to do. And my understanding is if you pick SPG as your low health version, the SPG gets even stronger. Here you can see the rev blow armoring through an attack. But Preecha sneaks out the round here with this nice little sequence. So goes for a just defense in the air, waits for the blocks to end, and then bops him. Now keep in mind, you are not allowed to normally air block in this game. Just defense is just like it is on the ground. You have to perfectly time hitting back as the attack comes, and if you don't, you will just simply get hit in the air. This is something you have to time. You can't just like mash it out. This is an option available to you, but like many 2D fighters, jumping is still dangerous. And now Preecha with the win here, adjusting her glasses, as is, the nerdy thing to do, I suppose. Now, going into the next round here, Preecha remembers the rev blow spam from the last round, so she's going to give it a shot herself. Armors through the Rapukin, because she's in her SPG state right now, sends Rock flying. Also, to note at the very end, notice that she dashes, so she is like Tizoc, she's a dash character, not a run character. And here again, we see the hit confirm into special move break, back into the same special move. And now it's game over for Rock. So empty jump, and Rock's going to get counter hit here, crouch heavy punch, into the EX series we saw earlier. And this is going to be rev canceled, so burning that gauge, raising it up, right? Into EX sleeping kick. She lands, regular special move break, EX tornado projectile, still leaves Rock airborne, then EX knee upper to the ender, right? So combo potential is definitely there. Rock rolls out of the corner trying to not die, but, well, he's gonna die here. Just defends the jump in, but doesn't block low. Then quick hit confirm into the hidden gear, the super cinematic move. And here, Preecha's taking notes both from her master Joe Higashi, but also a little bit from Ken Masters. So knocking those whirlwinds into a big old tornado, and she basically hits you with the Shoryu Reppa. And then as you're at the peak of the uppercut, just blasting you in the face. And then we're not done yet, because she's going to go full nerd on you here. And I'm going to let this play out just so we can hear what she says.
K.O.
So yeah, she busts out the QED. The theory was proven correct. She kicked your butt. As a new characters tend to either rise to the top or sink. I do think Preecha is going to be a fan favorite though. She's cute, quirky, and cool. Now for our last match, Preecha again, yes, but this time we got Terry, aka the face that runs the place. Terry is a video game legend, not just a fighting game legend, and he'll make a good accounting for himself in this game. So as we open up the match, not a lot out of the gate. One thing to note, as we mentioned how Preecha and Tizoc are dash characters, Terry is a character that can run, not dash, so his mobility is a little bit better. And here we're going to see one of the basic building blocks of the game, but Terry's extra good at it. So runs in with the target combo and goes for the power wave feint, which basically removes all of his animation from the target combo, basically resetting him to neutral almost immediately, which means he can just start pressuring you immediately after the fact. Feint canceling is less about the feint itself and more that it turns his pressure into a bulldozer and gives him very strong combo structure. Terry chose to have his SPG at the start, so therefore he has access to his rev blow right now, which is a big old power dunk. And coming up here, we can see the value of Terry as a hard hitter. So blocks the jump in, hits a button, shouldn't have. There's that target combo again. Feint cancel, links into crouch heavy punch. EX burn knuckle, hits hard. Rev cancel into EX crack shoot, which keeps the enemy in the air. Power dunk break, so he doesn't do the whole animation, keeps the enemy airborne here, into the infamous Buster Wolf super. This is the level 1 version of it. And since Buster Wolf is catching him so high, they're still very airborne. Terry then goes into EX power dunk. This lets the whole thing rock this time. And that's the round. That's a lot of damage all in one place. And this is why the mechanics of this game are so strong. Feint canceling into rev cancels, break cancels, all these things lead to big boy combos. And hey, at the end of all that, perfect game. And none of that combo structure was even particularly difficult, so I think Terry's going to be a very strong character for beginners, as he should be. So going into the next round, not as much going on here in the way of big offense, just a lot of simple pokes, a lot of fundamentals, as this is what a lot of the game's going to be. The cool mechanic combos are one thing, but you're going to win off a lot of fundamentals. That said though, another big combo, crouch heavy punch into EX burn knuckle, rev canceled into EX crack shoot, keeping them up in the air, the break cancel just like we've seen before, into Buster Wolf again. So combo structure for Terry, you got to burn some bar for it, sure, but easy and definitely effective. This time around, goes for the EX power dunk again, which bounces because they're not dead yet. And you can see here, Terry gets more follow-ups just yet with this target combo. So he can lay out a lot in a quick order. Terry is close to overheating at this point, especially after using his rev blow. That does take up your meter. And here, he is overheated now, so he has to watch out. Although, why watch out when you can play like a crazy person, I guess. So on wake up, he goes for the break version of power dunk, and then launches and gets another power dunk in. Can't spend meter, but breaks are completely free. And considering many breaks lead to juggles, that's what makes them so strong. And now Terry has to play it safe, but he does have a monstrous life lead, and Preecha's one hit away from death, which is, well, what's about to happen as we get that jump in, and that's it, that's all. And that's a little bit of a look at some just straight gameplay matches of City of the Wolves. Once again, thank you very much SNK for providing this footage. I just want to highlight some cool moments, some cool combos, just to showcase what the characters and the gameplay system mechanics themselves are capable of. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed watching. There's going to be a lot more City of the Wolves coverage on the channel to come, so stay tuned for that. I'm really looking forward to the game myself. That said though, that's it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Fatal Fury.